So I'm about to go in and walk in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I'm hoping this is a film that can maybe save Marvel and be the first good Marvel project we've had in a while. So I'm gonna go in and watch it, then I'm gonna share my thoughts on it. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies and TV shows on the channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 over at my channel. I have more content like this. Check those out once this video is over. Click that like button, be sure to subscribe, and with that said, let's just get started with talking about the good. And let's just get straight to the chase. This is the best MCU we've gotten since Phase 3. And that's how good this movie actually is. Going into 2023, it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and this movie is so good. The story itself, fairly straightforward, but it manages to be so effective, so emotional, because it's our conclusion to this trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy movies, this 9-year journey that we've been on. And what I really liked about it is that it gives every single character a character arc, something about them that changes, something about them to grow and change, and it just gives everybody this sort of arc that it closes out their story in a satisfying and definitive way, and that's what I thoroughly enjoyed that James Gunn did with this movie. Also, it dives into this idea that the Guardians have always been a group of orphans who find family in one another, and it dives into that idea more. They're all very broken, but they're best as a team. And I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but that is one of the major ideas in this film that I think absolutely worked, absolutely made so much emotion come out in the theater. And because of that, all of this makes some earned moments with conflict, drama, character growth, and it all feels earned. It doesn't feel like they cut the corners, they cheated. It feels like they earned those moments. Along to that, I would say in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, we have our best villain here, the High Evolutionary, who's not a great villain, but he's the best of the Guardians of the Galaxy villains, because I think that he is a character that he's just so cruel. There's no sympathy towards him. The audience is not meant to sympathize with him, and because he's doing just these cruel things, it makes him a character you absolutely want to see defeated by our Guardians. Absolutely, our Guardians, you want to see them victorious as well. And so, I think the villain there is the best of the Guardians franchise, and because the villain has deep ties to Rocket, it is able to show and focus on Rocket's backstory, and it is truly gut-wrenching and heartbreaking. From the very opening scene to all these flashbacks in the middle of the movie, it's all very compelling yet heartbreaking for a character that you liked in this franchise. Also, the conclusion to the movie, all this leads up to the conclusion, the ending, which was sort of saddening but victorious. You know that this is the best for what these characters do at the end, the choices that they make. It's heartbreaking, but you know it is the right thing they do. Also, as it is a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it has great laughs while being a more serious movie, but it manages to balance those out very nicely. There's some awesome action sequences as well, and especially, there's this fight in a hallway that's in the trailers. I think that is the best fight in the entire movie. I love it, and my experience was probably elevated because I saw it in an IMAX theater with 3D glasses. The picture you will see on my thumbnail, that's me wearing 3D glasses to show that I have seen the movie in 3D, and it's just so immersive when you watch the movie in IMAX and in 3D, and that just makes it much more of an immersive experience. And to me, this is what the MCU needed after a bunch of disappointing projects. The recent projects, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, a bit disappointing. I liked it, but it was a bit disappointing. Doctor Strange 2, another one that I liked it, was disappointing. Thor Love and Thunder is pretty bad, to me at least. You got TV shows like She-Hulk. And so all these lackluster bad projects from the MCU, this is exactly what the MCU needed after a bunch of that stuff. And so, in general, I thought this was just what the MCU needed. Reminded me of the old good days of the MCU with the Infinity Saga, with Phase 3. So I just thoroughly enjoyed this conclusion to the Guardians franchise. And let's move on to the bad. And I really only have two criticisms of this movie that I think are just little minor criticisms, but they do hurt the movie just a little bit. First one up here, Adam Warlock feels more like a plot device than an actual character. He moves the plot forward, but he doesn't really play a big part in the story. He's used as sort of a plot device throughout the entire thing. And our second one here is that the villain, the High Evolutionary, he's the best of the Guardians franchise, but I still don't think he's a great villain. His characterization is quite weak, as he's this one-dimensional, flat character who just wants to do evil things. I feel like he needed to be given a bit more depth there to make him a better villain than he actually was in this film. And so, thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I just really enjoyed what they did with this movie, what James Gunn was able to deliver. I'm going to go with A- on this one. You're an MCU fan, definitely go check this movie out. It is the best MCU we've gotten since stuff like Phase 3 happened. And so, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Down below in the comment section, share what you thought of it. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Click the like button, be sure to subscribe. It really helps a lot. And thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. I will see you in the next one.